So let's open up the form include. There are various different types of form elements that we're using here, so let's deal with each one in turn. First of all, we need to remember that the values the customer did fill out are available on this page, and that's in the superglobals array. In this case, because we have the form type as post, the values that the customer has filled out is in the superglobal post array. So for all of our text type entries, we can simply use the value argument. And what we do is we enter in the value that was posted through for each text area or text box. So I can just take that and replicate it for all my text types throughout. The next type we have are the radio buttons. To show which one is checked, we have to jump to an if statement. However, we can't simply place an if statement within our print statement, which is what the form is contained in, as you can see here. So what we have to do is actually end our print statement, do the if, then begin another print. We do that just like this. End our print statement, do our if statement, and we're checking here for the value posted through, which is 1 to 5. And if that's true, then we want that to be checked. And there's no else, because if not, we just don't want anything else done. So that's our if statement. And now we just restart another print statement. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that for the rest of our radio buttons. Now remember that we're checking for different values for each of the radio buttons. And there we go. That's our radio buttons. Next, we have the select types. Same concept as the radio buttons. We stop the print, do an if statement, and then restart the print afterwards. We really only have two options here. So, if post website equals yes, I'm going to print selected. If you remember your HTML, that is what will cause a select box value to be automatically selected. Don't forget, when we end our print statement, we have to have that ever important semicolon. Now, in this case, you could actually do a check for a blank value, but we really don't need to, because by default in a select, if there's no individual one specified as selected, it will default to the first one. So you don't really need to do an if statement for that. So there's our select statement. Finally, we have our text areas, which are the simplest of all. We just simply put in between the opening and closing text area the value, copy that to my other text area down here. Simple as that. So there we go. Now our form will handle errors gracefully. Let's try it out a few times. Yep, we get an error, but we have that value already in there. And again, everything wasn't filled out, but we have errors. Try our selections. And there we go. Very user-friendly form in case of errors. So in the next movie, we're going to finish this form by mailing it to ourselves after it's been successfully and fully filled out.